Hello, my name is Agness Walubita, and I'm a training marketing and brand manager. My Kupes leadership growth track, such an amazing opportunity and an amazing thing. I'm currently a transformed leader under the Kupes growth track, and I can honestly say it's been amazing. I have seen so much change in myself as a person and also as a professional. It's been really amazing. The module that stood out for me was people skills. I am such a people person, I'm a bubbly person, and I love to interact with different people. And so going through the modules and learning so much about communication and how to interact with other people at work and outside of work, also within the network, was really amazing. I really enjoyed it, and I can say that my people skills have definitely improved after going through the modules. Let me just make mention that I was also one of the people that almost gave up. The John C. Maxwell training it stretched me to a point that I never imagined as a person. There was so much involved. When I started the training, I would attach leadership to title or position, but going through the John C. Maxwell taught me that leadership is so much more than the title or the position that somebody has. It taught me that leadership is about nurturing, it's about understanding people, it's about having faith in people. And when I started going through the training and we had to do a project where we had to lead or mentor other young people, I didn't know what to do because I had never thought I could be a mentor myself. I thought to be a mentor, you needed to have achieved a certain status or you needed to have a certain amount of money for you to mentor and lead other people. But what the John C. Maxwell training taught me is that you can start from where you are and you can start with what you have. And I started with what I had. I had an idea to mentor 4 young people and I went with it. I had no idea how I was going to go and do it, but I started. And so it really stretched me to a point where I'm definitely a better leader now. Personal branding, something that is very important that I feel like a lot of us are missing. So going through the personal branding sessions, I had ideas about what personal branding was. Of course, the usual personal branding is what people say about you when you're not around or what people think of you. But I remember the first exercise we did when we started the personal branding sessions with the founder of the Kupes Young Women's Network, Lady Norena. And it was about 10 questions, very, very, very deep questions. And when I got my assignment, I looked at the paper and the first question was asking about who I am, what is my purpose, what do I like, what makes me happy. It was in that moment that I realized that we often think we know ourselves, but we don't quite know ourselves well until we reach a level where we're intentional about self-introspection. And for me, that exercise really took me on a journey of self-discovery. When I began to ask myself those questions and I started to answer some of the questions, I realized that I didn't actually know myself as well as I thought I did. And it was such a wonderful thing to rediscover who Agness is. And after the personal branding sessions, I can definitely say I am much more intentional about my personal brand now. I am careful about the things that I put out into the universe, the things that I put on my social media. I am also very intentional about how I show up in the world because I know that personal branding is what people say about you when you're not around. And we really do need to show up. So personal branding for me was such an amazing session. I would recommend the Kupes Leadership Growth Track, even to the men. I mean, it's amazing. Everybody needs to go through the growth track. And so to my ladies out there, if you're within the network or you haven't yet joined the network, I would encourage you to join the network and get on the Kupes Leadership Growth Track. Because some of the things that you're going to learn and the things that you're going to be exposed to, ideally you would need to pay for some of these things. But within the network, Lady Norena gives them to you practically for free. It's like free education, So it's important that you get onto the leadership growth track. You will learn so many things. You will become a better person. You will be much, much more confident. You will, of course, be intentional about your personal brand. Your finances will be handled. It's so many things. Your spirituality. It's, for me, when I look at the Kupes growth track, I look at it as holistic. It literally caters to you as a person, as a young woman, as a leader in every sense. So I would definitely recommend people to go through the leadership course track. There has been a lot of transformation. I remember when I joined Kupes in March 2017, and during the Kupes charts, we used to call like group discussions. So you would be split up in groups, and there would be a topic that you would need to pick one member of the group to go and present. I remember it was my first day. I was scared, and my group chose me to go up onto the stage while everybody was looking, and I had to make the presentation. I was scared. I was not as confident, but I got up there and I spoke. And after I spoke, I remember Lady Norena asked somebody to call for me. I had never met Lady Norena before, but that day gave me an opportunity to meet her and speak to her. And after speaking to her, I decided this is something that I would actually want to actively participate in. And I started attending every meeting, every Kupes chat, every Culture Friday, every Wednesday chill. I went to everything as long as it was Kupes. And for me, the biggest transformation has been, I would say, confidence and being consistent. Lady Norena always says that when you're consistent, you're reliable and you're dependable. So I would say I am a much more confident person who's consistent and reliable. You can count on me for anything. And my confidence has also grown from the girl that stood up in March 2017 to speak to the Kupes girls as a first timer, and to the girl that is seated here giving this interview. Totally two different people. And I would have given an excuse to not show up to this interview if it was back then. So many excuses. I'm not good enough. I've just been in Kupes for 2 months. But now I know that when opportunity presents itself, you jump in and you learn later. Literally, you learn on the job. And so for me, the transformation has been confidence, reliability, and consistency. And I show up. When I'm needed, I show up.